Hello YouTuber, welcome back to Pierre Cooks at Home channel. We're going to talk about the melted hard chocolate. You're just going to have to prepare 75 grams of butter, 75 grams of sugar, 80 grams of dark chocolate, couple of large eggs, and 33 grams of flour. For the equipment, very simple. Large bowl, whisk, spatula, a small pot, and another bowl to create a Bain Marie. And of course your little molds. I use silicone and pepper. I find it easier to unmold. So you're just going to pour some boiling water in a small pot and add a large bowl on top. You place your chocolate and your butter, and we're going to melt them on what they call a Bain Marie. So you stir it from time to time, make sure it's thoroughly combined, and you have this beautiful shiny color, as you can see now. Once it's done, just put it on the side and you focus on the next task. You take a couple of eggs, crack them in a large bowl, add your sugar, and you're just going to whisk nicely until you get a nice liquidy but all combined consistency. You don't want to whisk too hard. You don't want to make it foamy at any time at all. That's going to create actually the melted part in your cake at the finish. Once it's done, you're just going to add this mixture to the chocolate and butter that you have previously melted in a Bain Marie, and using your spatula you just combine all together. So you stir nicely, make sure you try to clean the side of the bowl as much as you can as long as you go. That's quite important. And you're going to add your flour. There is a slight delay here because flour needs always to be sieved, so I didn't really prepare myself enough and could have done it before. But that's quite important for the cake, not to create any lumps in the batter. You combine together nicely to make sure you don't really see any flour left. And once it's done, you're just going to simply pour this into your already prepared mold with pepper. So that's quite a delicate step, but I'm sure with a bit of practice it can work very, very well. So you just pour nicely. I used the bowl with a beak, which was actually quite easier to pour, and you go one and you fill up about 3/4 height, not higher than this, because the chocolate cakes are going to slightly puff in the oven. And yes, this recipe is for 5 mini cakes, so you can always adjust the recipe. It's going to be on the description for any details in case there were any steps missed during this presentation. So once it's done, you are going to place your mold in the oven. 9 minutes, the most critical time. You don't touch, don't open the door at all. After 9 minutes, the cakes are out of the oven. You let them cool down. So I let them cool down about 5 minutes. You can let them cool slightly more. It's going to solidify the cake. And then the moment of truth, the moment you've been waiting for. So we're just going to unwrap those mini cakes, and hopefully we're going to have the results we are expecting. So be just very gentle because the cake is very fragile. But at the end, technically, it's supposed to have a melted heart. So let's have a look now. Use a sharp knife. And at the moment you're kind of panicking a little bit because everything is in the cake and it worked. So if you look at the inside, if you look at the cake sideways, you have a beautiful structure on the outside, and the middle is just melted. Yes, so it worked. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.